Hello everyone, I'm Almeida, CEO of Vestor.Estate. I thought it'd be a good time to give everyone an update on what the real estate market looks like in Kyiv as we come towards hopefully the end of the quarantine period. So as discussed previously, the rental market, to start with, basically completely died almost for about 2 months. You had a lot of expats leaving the market, almost zero expats arriving. The tourism market was completely destroyed. So what happened with the rental market since then is that a lot of the daily rental places switched to long-term. So they added some properties on kind of, let's say, the lower end into the market. Then you had a lot of good properties that otherwise would have still been rented by the expats also come on the market. So for now, you could kind of say it's a renter's market. The expats who are arriving now, as it's the busy season for the larger like families and such arriving before the school year, and there are quite a few of them. So maybe it's a little bit less than previous years, but it's definitely quite a few. It's a bit more a renter's market. So for the owners who are lucky enough to get some of these, the budgets are more or less the same. But at the same time, if you're an owner who didn't have one of these people already, or if someone from the same company or embassy doesn't replace the previous tenant, then you're probably going to see a little bit lower rents, maybe around 10 to maybe 15%, because of the additional supply on the market. So I don't think this is permanent. I think let's say by the end of this month or maybe mid-September, you'll see all this excess supply being taken up and then return to the normal disbalance between supply and demand moving forward. And in terms of the sales market, as we said before, the Ukrainian owners were not freaking out. They were not panic selling or whatever, because as what happens in this country, when the economy goes bad, people actually tend to hold on to the real estate more. To them, that's a store of hard currency value, basically. They don't trust banks, especially when things go bad. They're afraid more banks will go under, so they tend to hold on to their real estate. So prices definitely have not gone up, but they've not gone down significantly. And as always, there's always a few hot deals on the market, let's say, but definitely no widespread panic. So let's say it's pretty stable on the sales side. Moving forward, again, the biggest driver we can see in the near future could be the mortgage market starting to heat up. The key interest rate has dropped to about 6%. So in theory, the banks could start offering interesting mortgage packages soon. But so far, that doesn't seem to be the case. They seem to be sticking to around 10%. A few banks have come out with, which, depending on who you are, it might be interesting to some buyers, but I think for most investors, 10% interest on a loan is not going to be too attractive right now. So again, the big driver for prices in the future will likely be the mortgage come back on the market, but that will more likely be starting in 2021. So anyways, I hope this was helpful. Please follow us here and on Facebook to keep track of developments in the Kyiv real estate market.